Okay, I'll just brush up your memories regarding what we had seen in the last class. See, in the last class, we discussed series resonating circuit. Okay, in particular, we saw when would a series RLC circuit resonate. Okay, and that part we analyzed by taking the impedance Z into consideration. And impedance Z, as we all know, is resistance plus the reactance. Fine. So it's the resistance plus reactance of the inductor and the capacitor. Fine. And we saw the variations of these reactances XC and XL. And when these reactances of capacitor and inductor intersect, okay, that point of intersection is referred to as the resonating condition. Okay. And the frequency at which the reactances become equal is called as resonating frequency. And we also found out the equation for the resonating frequency by again considering the equation for the impedance. Understand that? Now we shall see another point here. Okay, we had summarized saying that when the circuit is resonating, we can say the inductive reactance is equal to the capacitive reactance, or we can say the impedance of the circuit is R. Understand that? Now, just let's try to see all this by considering the current. Understand that? Okay, so let's consider the current in the circuit. Yeah, current in series RLC circuit. See, you are also copying down all this. I've been going really slow because I want you people also to make notes of what we are doing here. Fine. So we have seen the resonating frequency. We have seen the reactances. Okay. Now we shall see the current. Okay. Current in series RLC circuit. Fine. Yeah. Let's write the circuit diagram. The circuit diagram of series RL and C would look like this. Okay, we are applying a AC circuit, AC voltage across series RLC. Okay, this is R, this is L, and this is C. Okay, and soon after we connect, V and I is flowing. Understand that? Fine. So, can we write the equation for I is the question. Okay, what is the equation for I? What is the equation for I? By Ohm's law, what do we say? Ohm's law says what? Ohm's law says V is equal to I into R, which implies that our I is V by R. Yes, but here we have RLC. Okay, the reactance of L is XL, the reactance of C is XC. Understand that? Now, therefore, I can write I as the voltage applied divided by the impedance. Understand that point? Now, what is the voltage applied is V. What is the impedance? As we have seen in the last class, impedance is given by R plus J. If you take out, it's omega L minus 1 by omega c. Understand this point? So this is I that is flowing in series RLC circuit. Now, what would be our Z when we have series in resonance? As of now, the current that I have written is in general. I'm not saying that the circuit is at resonance, and at resonance I'm writing the current I know. Okay. Now let's think that the circuit is at resonance. Okay. So if the circuit is at resonance, okay, omega would become omega naught. Omega would become omega naught. Okay. Or F is F naught. Anything you can see. So at this frequency, let me write what is Z. Let's consider this as equation number 1. Now, what is Z at omega is equal to omega naught? Z is R. Understand that? Why Z is R? Since omega naught L minus 1 by omega naught C is 0 at resonance. Understand that? Therefore, at resonance, we can say I would become I naught, and that is written as V by R. Everybody understand this? I repeat again. I repeat. See there, we have I flowing when the circuit is not at resonance. What is I flowing there? I flowing when the circuit is not at resonance is V by Z. But when the circuit is at resonance, what is Z? This Z is just R, because omega naught L minus 1 by omega naught C is 0. Why I have written omega naught L minus 1 by omega naught C? Because I'm talking about omega equal to omega naught. That is at resonance. Okay, this part is 0. So you'll be left with only R. So Z is R at resonance. That's why we have I equal to I naught. Why did I write this as I naught? What is I naught there? I naught is the maximum current. Okay. When would there be a maximum current? When there is the less resistance is offered. When there is the less resistance being offered. Understand that? Now, this is very important thing. One thing that we saw yesterday was at resonance, XL is equal to XC. At resonance, Z is equal to R. Now what we are coming to understand is the current that flows in the circuit at resonance is the maximum. Understand that point? So this is another thing that I wanted to give you. Fine, before we move on to the next one. So we shall again summarize saying that, okay, at resonance, first thing is XL is equal to XC. Second thing that we have come to know is what Z is R, and the third thing that we have just understood is I would be I naught. Okay, that would be equal to V by R. Okay, that is maximum current flows at resonance. Okay, so these three are the things that we have understood till now. Fine, so everybody should remember this. Fine, we shall move on to the next topic, that is the quality factor. Fine, so let's go on with quality factor. Okay, UA quality factor Q. Now you should understand what is the quality factor. Quality factor is a parameter or a characteristics of a series RLC circuit. Understand that it's a character of series RLC circuit. What does it say? We have to understand. Now everybody listen. In series RLC circuit, we have L, we have C, we have R. Okay. How L and C are different from R? Anybody? How L and C are different from R? You can unmute yourself and you can tell. Anybody? How you can say L and C are different from R? One difference. Anybody can unmute. Yes? No, be louder, louder a bit.
Google Meet channel.
Yes?
ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು.
Somebody has unmuted, but they're not answering the question. Yeah. Can you unmute and tell the answer? I heard somebody saying, but that's not clear. Okay, just understand this L and C, what we have here. They are storage elements, whereas are not a storage element. Understand this. Now you should understand if L and C are storage elements, what L stores and what C stores. L stores current and C stores voltage. In basic electronics also they had discussed this point. Those who had attended my classes, okay, they should remember we had discussed this inductor and capacitor. Okay, and we said inductor stores I and capacitor stores V, voltage. Fine, so they are generally the storage elements. Now if we come to quality factor tells us, okay, how good is your L and C, how good is your L, how good is your C when it comes to storage. Okay, so it's the measure of storage of I and V in L and C respectively. How good your storage elements are. Okay, so that is measured by seeing the factor that is called as quality factor. The name itself very clearly suggests it is suggesting the quality. What quality it is suggesting? It is checking how good the storage elements are. Okay, so it's the measure of the quality of the storage elements. Okay, so this quality factor is a number. The quality factor is a number. If it is large, it means that the quality is good. That means the storage elements are storing the maximum parameters. Okay, L is storing maximum I and C is storing maximum V. So that is how the quality factor is measured. It is, instead of saying that it is storing the maximum, it is storing up to its capacity. Every element has got its own capacity. So is it storing to that particular capacity? Yes. Okay, if it is yes, then the quality factor is good. So when we say quality factor is good, it's a big number. Okay, and generally a good quality factor will have a number approximately around 100. It's a number. Understand, there is no unit, it's a number. Okay, and if the quality factor is good, or in other words, if the storage elements are good, then we say that the quality factor will have a value around 100. Okay, so that is quality factor. Now we can define, we can do, if we are asked to derive the quality factor, then we can do it like this. Fine. So we shall see that now. Now, what is quality factor given by? Everybody can write this. Okay. The quality factor Q is given by 2 pi into maximum energy stored divided by the energy dissipated. Energy dissipated per cycle. We shall derive the quality factor now. Okay, we shall derive the quality factor. So everybody just copy down this. Quality factor is given by 2 pi into maximum energy stored divided by energy dissipated per cycle. Now, when it says energy stored, maximum energy stored, it is maximum energy stored in L or maximum energy stored in C. So to see whether we are looking at the energy stored in C or looking at the energy stored in L, okay, we shall consider two different circuits. I was telling you on the first day that if a circuit has to resonate, then there should be R, L and C, or just RL or just RC. Even RL circuit, the circuit with RL can be resonating, the circuit with RC can be resonating, and the circuit with RLC can also be resonating. Understand? So there is no problem if just one storage element is there. That means either of L or C, if it is there, that is sufficient to sufficient for the circuit to resonate. Understand? So that's why to see the quality factor, to derive the equation for the quality factor, okay, so let's consider let's say RL circuit. Okay, so we are doing this for RL circuit. Everybody is okay with that? So how the RL circuit would look like? So we are doing this to find out the equation for the quality factor. Okay, so it is just R N L with no C connected. It's a RL circuit. So this is also a resonating circuit. Fine. Let's say I is flowing. Why I have written I is flowing? I have not written I not, because I don't know whether the circuit is in resonating condition or not. Okay, that's why I've done this. Fine. The maximum energy now. Now see this equation one. Where is equation one? This is equation one. Understand that? Now see in equation now, equation what all we need there? What all we need? We need maximum energy stored. Now let's come here. Let's understand the maximum energy stored. The maximum energy stored in L. Why we are talking about L? Because we are talking about RL circuit. So maximum energy stored in L is given by EL, energy stored in L, equal to half L I max squared. What is I max? I max is I naught. When would there be a current I max flowing? When the circuit is at resonance. Understand? So you can write where I max is the current at resonance. Why we consider the current at resonance? Because we are talking about the maximum energy. Since we are talking about the maximum energy, we have considered the maximum current. Everybody is okay with that? So the maximum energy stored in L is EL equal to half L Im squared, okay, where Im is the maximum current. So that is the current that flows at resonance. Fine. Now, what is the energy dissipated per cycle? Call this as equation 2. Now, let's write the energy dissipated per cycle. What is energy dissipated per cycle given by? Okay, so it is given by average power into time of one cycle. Everybody write this. Okay, what is the energy dissipated per cycle given by? It's the average power. Okay, it's the average power into the time of one cycle. What is average power? Average power is Im by root 2 whole square into R. Get that point? Okay, so to understand why the average power is this, okay, we'll do this. Okay, just understand what is power given by. I'm just giving you what you can do it at the right hand side somewhere. What is power given by? Power is given by V into I. Okay, suppose if you want to write this power only in terms of current, it is I squared R. Suppose if you want to write this power only in terms of V, then it is V squared by R. So you can have any one form of the equation when we are going for the power. Everybody understand that? Okay. The power can be given as V into I when we have both V and I in consideration. Okay. Or if you have to write that only in terms of current, then V is IR. V is equal to IR. So that V, if we substitute as IR, okay, then that becomes I squared R. Or suppose if you want this only in terms of V, then I is V by R. So this equation would become V squared by R. Everybody understand that? Okay, so this is power. What is average power then? What is average power? Average power is the average current. What is average current? Average current is average I is Im by root 2, or you can say I max by root 2. Understand? So you should, this is something that we have seen in basic electronics. What is average power? What is DC power? Okay, so if we have to, what is average current? What is DC current? Okay, or what is AC current? All that we have seen. Okay, so here you should understand the average current is given by I max by R, or we can just make it as Im by 2. Yeah, it's Im by 2. Okay, sorry, it's Im by root 2. Im by root 2. So that Im by root 2 has come here. Okay, and since I is I squared, we have done Im by root 2 whole squared into R. Now what is time of one cycle? Let me just take all this off. So that's why average power is written like this. I hope you copied all that. Okay, now again let's go with time. So this is time. Okay, now if we have to write the same in terms of frequency, so this Im squared by root 2 squared would become Im squared by 2 into R divided by F. Why F? Because T is 1 by F. Okay with this? Now you have the equation for energy dissipated per cycle. This is your equation number 3. Fine. Now let's substitute this 3 and 2 in 1. What is 1 there? 1 is quality equation for the quality factor. So it is 2 pi into maximum energy stored. Maximum energy stored is here. See here? The maximum energy stored in L is here. And what is in the denominator? Denominator is energy dissipated per cycle. And energy dissipated per cycle is calculated like this. So substituting equation 2 and 3 in 1 implies the quality factor is given by 2 pi into maximum energy stored in L, that is given by half L into I max or Im square. Okay, where Im is I max. Understand? So that divided by energy dissipated per cycle, and that is given by Im squared by 2 into R into F. Now what all is there common? This 2 is there, 2 and 2 goes off. Okay, Im squared is there, that and this goes off. So what you're left with? You're left with, see here, R is here, L is here. Okay, now F is here, right? So that F can be taken to the numerator. So it would become 2 pi F into L by R. What is 2 pi F? What is 2 pi F given by? 2 pi F is omega. Okay.
Omega.
Yeah, omega. That's right. Now, since 2 pi F is omega, this implies that our quality factor is omega into L by R. Or to be more precise, we can say quality factor of series RL circuit is omega L by R. Is everybody okay with this? Okay, so this is quality factor of series RL circuit. Okay, just see what we have done. So we started with the quality factor, which is given by 2 pi into maximum energy stored by energy dissipated per cycle. Understand? And after substituting that in equation 1, we have got our quality factor to be omega L by R. Last 10 minutes left. Those who have not given the attendance can give your attendance now. Okay. Now let's go on with the quality factor of. Now consider series RC circuit. Till now what we have done is for series RL circuit. Let's now do it for series RC circuit. Okay. Radhika has raised the hand. Okay, Radhika, you have anything to say? You can unmute and say that.
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, it was by mistake. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Fine, no problem. Now let's consider RC circuit. Till now what we have done is for quality factor of RL circuit. Now let's consider RC circuit. See here, you have R and you have C. Okay, this is also a resonating circuit. Understand that? So what is going to be the quality factor of series RC circuit? Fine. Again, quality factor remains the same. What is quality factor? Just for your reference, Q is given by 2 pi into maximum energy stored. Okay, since we are considering C, in C divided by energy dissipated per cycle. Energy dissipated per cycle. Now you should understand, we wrote the maximum energy stored in L. as this. See, maximum energy stored in L is EL equal to half L Im squared. So what is maximum energy stored in C then? Let's write. Maximum energy stored in C is EC half. What is this given by? It is given by half C into Vm squared. Why with C we have M V? Why with L we have I? With L we have I max or Im. With C we have V. That's because with C we have V because C is a voltage storing element. Okay, and L is current storing element. L is current storing element. So with L we have I max. Okay, since capacitor is voltage storing element, we have Vm square. So this is the maximum. Okay, and energy dissipated per cycle would remain the same. But we should understand one thing: in series RLC circuit, we need to be dealing with the current, not the voltage. But since C is a voltage storing element, we have Vm here. How can you give Vm now? What is Vm? Vm is given by what? It's given by what is Vm? Vm is the voltage across C. Okay, what is voltage across C given by? Voltage into, yes, anybody? How can we give voltage across C? Voltage across, maximum voltage across C is Im by omega C. So you should remember this. Okay, so therefore this implies that since Vm is Im by omega, Im is the maximum current and 1 by omega C is the reactance that the capacitor is offering. Understand that? So it's given by half C Im by omega C whole square. Now what is left behind as your energy stored in C? As energy stored in C, we have half Im squared by omega squared into C in the denominator. So this is energy stored in C. Understand? Now this you can say from equation. Say this is equation A. Fine. What is the energy dissipated per cycle? And this is similar to what we have done in the previous case. Okay, energy dissipated per cycle, as we have seen it, is half Im squared into R by F. Everyone understand? So let me call this as B. Fine. Now let's have where is that equation? Yeah, this equation, right? So let me call this equation as equation X. Fine. So substituting A and B in X, what do we get? Substituting equation A and B in X, equation X, that is, implies the quality factor, or to be precise, its quality factor of series RC circuit is given by 2 pi into energy stored in C, which is given by half Im squared divided by omega squared C squared divided by half Im squared R by F. Fine. Now, if you work out this C, what you're going to get? What we're going to get with this Im squared and Im squared again gets cancelled. This half and half again gets cancelled. Okay. Now you have this omega square, right? So what would happen to this R? Okay, let that R be there in the denominator itself. Let's take this F to the numerator. So it would become 2 pi F. Okay, 2 pi F. Fine. Then after 2 pi F, what is left behind? It's 1 by omega square. Okay, it's not C square actually. It's C. This is not C square. This is C. So everybody. So this is C. Equation A is C. Fine. So what is left behind is this, and you have this R here. So you can just work out that. So 2 pi F is omega. So what you'll be left with is it's omega square CR. So this goes. So therefore, what we have is the quality factor of series RC circuit is 1 by omega R into C. Fine. So this is quality factor of series RC circuit. Fine. So today what we have done is we have derived the equation for series RL circuit, and which is omega L by R, and we have also derived the equation for series RC circuit, which is 1 by omega RC. Okay, this is quite important from like examination point of view. So just learn, okay, how to find out the current, how to find out the equation for the quality factor. Understand that? Okay, so I'll be putting this recorded videos for your reference in Google Classroom, or I'll just be sharing you the YouTube link. I'll be uploading it anyways, and I'll show you the YouTube link. You can go through that again if you don't understand. Okay, and even after that, if you don't understand, I'm always there to help you. Fine. So with that, I think we can stop the today's session.